in the most heinous of ways at hindi natin dapat ito kakalimutan kasi ang ginagawa ng Marcos administration ngayon kung ano-anong gimmick para ma-distract tayo, para makalimutan natin si PRRD na nandiyan sa The Hague, yung ginawa nila, 'no? At saka hindi naman napakalaking iskandalo nung ginawa nila, 'no? Bawat karapatan ni PRRD ay kanilang nilabag, ang saligang batas natin nilabag, hindi siya binigyan ng due process, 'no? Kapagka puwedeng gawin nila 'yan kay PRRD, ang ibig sabihin kayang-kaya nilang gawin kahit kaninong Pilipino. And in fact, nakikita natin, narinig natin sa Vice President mismo na gagawin din sa kanya, 'no? So, political weapon na ito at nakikita natin dito ng maliwanag na maliwanag ang pakikipag-alyansa ni Bongbong Marcos sa Communist Party of the Philippines na isang terrorist organization na designated terrorist 'yan at saka sa ilang bansa na terrorist ang label diyan, 'no, ang classification. Sa US, sa UK, sa New Zealand, sa Canada, sa Singapore, sa Japan, sa UN, sa EU, kahit sa Pilipinas, terrorist ang CPP, NPA, NDF na ngayon ay partner at kaalyado ni Bongbong Marcos at kaalyado ng ICC, no, kasi nasa loob ng ICC Cristina Conti. Si Cristina Conti ay isang miyembro ng CPP, NPA, NDF. At ang dinig ko, sabi ni Bobby Tiglao sa akin, Ambassador Bobby Tiglao, Central Committee member na pala itong si Cristina Conti. Nasa loob ng ICC yan, no? At saka marami silang meetings, ang ICC at ang CPP, NPA, NDF. And we should condemn that in the highest possible way. Dapat malaman ng buong mundo na yung ICC na yan ay kangaroo court, no? At ang nandyan sa loob at nagpapaandar ng International Criminal Court is a terrorist organization. The ICC, the International Criminal Court, is in cahoots with a terrorist organization, the CPP, NPA, NDF, and is also in cahoots with the Marcos administration to settle not settle political scores. There's no score to settle. Wala namang ginawa si Duterte sa kanila. In fact, tinulungan sila, di ba? But in order to use the ICC, the entire government machinery as a weapon, as a tool against its perceived political foes. Ganyan ang ICC. Nasa loob niya ngayon ay ang isang teroristang organisasyon. I cannot overstate that. Isipin niyo ng mabuti yan. Habang nag-uusap tayo dito, ka-meeting ng CPP ay ang mga opisyal ng ICC, no? Linabas ni Eric yan, no? Si
So yun
si Cristina Conti, sinungaling yan, no?
po.
Pinapalabas niya nakasama siya sa mga roster of lawyers. Pero
Yes, opo.
sinabi ngayon na roster of lawyers ng ICC nagbibida-bida. Na kasi ganyan ang ICC, ganyan ang CPP. Nagsusuot siya ng ng mga maskara niya pabida kahit na outright na kasinungalingan para mabigyan sila ng legitimacy. So ngayon si Attorney Kaufman na lawyer, abogado ni PRRD, binuko niya ngayon si Cristina Conti na hoy, hindi ka abogado ng ICC, 'di ba? Nagbibida-bida, sinungaling. At saka nagsinungaling tungkol doon sa passport, 'di ba? So, hindi naman nakakagulat 'yan kasi si Cristina Conti ay miyembro ng CPP, NPA, NDF. So, biro ninyo mga kababayan, bakit ba napunta si PRRD sa The Hague? Hindi ba dahil kay Marcos 'yan? Kahit na ano pa sabihin ng mga cabinet secretaries diyan na halatang-halatang nagsisinungaling. No, actually sinabi na ni John Vic Remulla. Sinabi niya, no, siya mismo nanggaling sa bibig niya. Si President, Office of the President nanggaling yung order na 'yan. At saka yung eroplano ay nanggaling kay Bongbong Marcos. No, so maliwanag na si Bongbong Marcos ang gobyerno natin ang nasa likod niyan ng pagkidnap kay PRRD. At pagkatapos, ano ibig sabihin nun? Matagal na nito pinaplano ng CPP, NPA, NDF. Hindi na naman siguro kayo nagugulat, di ba? Alam nyo naman na magkakuntsaba ang Marcos administration at ang komunistang teroristang CPP, NPA, NDF. Mukhang tulog pa ang AFP. Mukhang itong si Browner. Tulog yata. Ikaw, Omet. Hoy, Omet, gumising ka. Nagtatraidor ang commander-in-chief ninyo. Okay? Nagtatraidor. Bakit okay pa sa'yo yan? No, ibig sabihin nito mga kababayan, uulit na naman yung kalahating siglo na pang-aabuso ng CPP, NPA, NDF at in fact tuloy-tuloy ang pagre-recruit niyan. Alam niyo kung saan nangyayari ang recruitment? Nangyayari ang recruitment sa mga eskwela natin. Nangyayari ang recruitment sa loob ng BJMP. Dinadala ang mga anak natin diyan, no? At ang nagtatakip diyan ay ang mga warden. No? So tuloy-tuloy 'yan. So nasa dilim ginagawa nila yung mga krimen nila sa mga anak natin na dati ay wala na, patapos na. Pero dahil sa pagtatraidor ni Bongbong Marcos, no? Omet, makinig ka. AFP, makinig kayo. Ang Bongbong Marcos administration is in connivance, is an alliance, is in deep alliance with the Communist Party of the Philippines. At alam niyo yan, nagbubulag-bulagan kayo. That's why kayo ang pinakami malaking responsibilidad dito. Kasi babalik sila. Babalik sila. No, bumabalik na nga eh. May namatay 7 recently sa Kabangkalan. Mga anak natin yon. So, because of the pagtatraidor, no? Hindi ako politiko. Kasi ang palusot kasi ng AFP, hindi sila parte ng politics, no? Hindi mo kailangan maging parte ng politics. No? All you need to be is really a good citizen of this country and to fulfill your mandate as soldiers. You need to protect the republic if you need to be true. But it's very clear. It's very clear. Very, very clear. Kayo na lang siguro, no? That term is hiding in plain sight. They're hiding in plain sight. The CPP, NPA, NDF is in collusion with the Marcos administration that is in collusion with the ICC. Very clear. You know, that's the gift of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte to us. He's giving us itong oportunidad na wasakin ang CPP, NPA, NDF na yan kasi pinakita niya maliwanag nakarating siya sa loob ng ICC. Sino ang nasa loob ng ICC? Si Cristina Conti ng NUPL. Ang NUPL, mga kababayan, ay prente ng CPP, NPA, NDF na ang nakadikit yan sa underground mass organization na tinatawag na Lumaban, lupon ng mga manananggol ng bayan, which has already been designated terrorist by the Anti-Terrorism Council on January 2022 under the watch of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, who has always been true to the Filipino people. Kaya talagang mga totoong kalaban natin, kinalaban niya. Pero itong si Bongbong Marcos, kinaibigan ang CPP, NPA, NDF para saan? Para sa kanyang mga ambisyon. Kung kaya't nagkaroon sila ng itong alliance na ito. No? Administration in collusion with the CPP, NPA, NDF that's inside the ICC. So it's an unholy triumvirate of the Marcos, CPP, ICC.
No? Yes. And sir, we actually would like to thank you because you did the Alamin series, right? Jury, and you did this during the Holy Week. So sabi nga namin, and we actually shared it also in our fan pages and in groups para because it was a long weekend, so many people can actually read what happened. So what were your insights, sir, and what pushed you to actually create these how do you say it, infographic, these social media cards?
Well, Ma'am Angel, we realized that in the countryside, lalo na sa countryside, a lot of people does not really understand or hindi pa nila gets bakit na-kidnap si President Duterte at dinala sa Hague. So ang ginawa namin is gumawa kami ng series na yon para makita ng tao at malaman nila why he was kidnapped and what was done. Because at the end of the day, it was really, as Doc Lorraine said, was really illegal, no? Very clearly, there was no extradition. It was a diffusion, no warrant of arrest, and yet they kidnapped him and brought him to The Hague. So it was really meant to just educate the countryside. I'm living somewhere in the countryside now, and I noticed naguguluhan yung mga tao, but kahit naguluhan sila, hindi nila naintindihan ano talaga nangyari. They are so angry of what happened. Like in Cebu, for instance, they love Tatay Digong so much. Galit ang mga tao dito, as in talagang galit na galit in the sense na if you look at the Region 7 Pulse Asia survey on March 2025, 7 of the 10 ng ating kandidato is already inside the Magic 12. And if you look at Cebu, practically walang leader ang Cebu kasi yung nasa poder ngayon, mga taga-alyansa or mga BBM supporters or leaders. Yet in Cebu, there are already 7 out of 10 na nakapasok sa Magic 12 based on the survey of Pulse Asia. And sa 7 na yon, nandun si Lambino, si Hinlo, and si Jimmy Bondoc. And this only shows that yung mga tao sa Cebu and in Central Visayas, they are really pushing towards Duterte and a +2 in Cebu or in Visayas, including Bohol, and that shows na they are voting straight. So they are
John,
getting to be educated.
John G, may tanong ako. I have a question. Kasi
Yes.
for sure, I don't know if you agree, but for me, I'm sure that Marcos and Romualdez will cheat. Massive. I mean, from the time they sat in office to today, no, tuloy-tuloy yung vote buying nila, no. And we already know what their character is. These people are soulless bastards. Talagang walang kaluluwa itong mga ito. No? So, for sure, they are going to cheat. Of course, it's good that COMELEC is there and we can hold COMELEC to clear and fair elections. But my question is, what will happen if there is massive cheating? How will the Visayans respond to this? Because there will be massive cheating.
God forbid, Doc, no, there will be massive cheating. The Cebuanos and people in the Visayas, especially in Central Visayas and even in Negros Oriental, even in Eastern Visayas, they will really take it as a last straw against this government. They are so angry that ininsulto ang mga taga Visayas na they are being given 20 pesos per kilo of rice na hindi mo naman makakain. Nakikita natin sa video na yung pagkain ng bigas na binebenta nila pang pang pagkain ng manok. So what can you expect, no? And it's really an insult. The Visayan people, mga taga Cebu, they are so angry. What do you think of us? You promised rice to be at 20 pesos 3 years ago and ngayon mo lang gagawin kasi eleksyon na. So ano yan, pambobola, because at the end of the day, the price of that rice is 33 pesos and it will be subsidized by the national government and the local government. And so, pera pa rin ng tao ang ginagamit to buy votes. Imagine, so mga Cebuano, they would rather just pay the right amount of rice and eat the better quality of rice than this rice that is not even fit for human consumption. So, to answer your question, Doc, God forbid na mangyari yung massive cheating, which we think can happen because even this Miro machine is untested. It has not been tested in this election. And so we do not really know what magic they will be doing. The people in Visayas will, hand in hand, join Mindanao to really go out and get angry. And it's going to be very sad because it will really affect the economy, and the economy is really very bad. Hunger rate in Visayas is very high. It's the highest among the three areas, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. And yet, I'm sure people will go out, and this time, this is going to be the last straw.
Wow.
Grabe good kaayo, Sir John Ginoel. I mean, it's really an insult. And then, what was I going to ask?
But,
Yes, Doc.
yeah,
Yes, Doc.
no, but John G. Angel, wala naman silang pakialam eh. Even if you go
Actually,
to the streets, even if they don't care. They don't care if you go hungry, if you go eat dog food they don't have any shame about making this a solution. Is this even a solution, 'di ba? 20 pesos bigas for the Visayas. Why not Luzon and Mindanao, for instance? And
yeah.
when is this going to be? Parang it's so obvious, parang ang hira ng counter, no? So, this is what we've had to endure from the time he sat in office. Low caliber thinking, di ba? The incompetence is it's just shocking. There are no words for it, no? Everything is so shocking. The incompetence, the indifference, the corruption, everything, no? The drug addiction. It's so shocking. And the way they spend people's money like they don't care. Walang kahihiyan. The incapacity to feel shame, di ba? So, what will happen to the country? I mean, kasi parang the message that they've given us from the time that they sat in office, no, is that they don't really care. We're the ones in power now. We can do whatever we want. There are no laws anymore. And this again has been powered by the CPP, NPA, NDF kasi nga mahina yung leader, no? So madaling udyukan. Madali silang iwala. Wala naman kasing moral compass to start with. There's no moral compass, there's no capacity for excellence, for execution. They're the lousiest executives I've ever seen in all my life. I've never seen anything like it. It's a disaster, di ba? And it's been powered by the CPP, NPA, NDF. And yet, tuloy-tuloy sila. So what will happen? Because they don't care. If you're hungry, if the cheating is massive, I mean, even if you catch them with their pants down, they don't give a shit, di ba? They don't care. They're utterly shameless because this is a president who's a drug addict, no? Talagang walang kapasidad. Mahiya. I mean, the mere fact, John G, that the PRRD is in The Hague now should be a cause for shame for this for the leaders of the country. Hindi nasunod yung batas, walang nasunod na constitution. It was bumbling, it was so incompetent. It was so filled with violence and abuse and arrogance, and it was just a political tool, 'di ba? I mean, the mere fact that PRRD has been there in The Hague for 50 days is really that's the masterpiece of the Marcos administration, 'di ba? And my fear is, no, I don't know, it will continue. This impunity, this brazenness, no, will continue until there is no Philippines left anymore. No, because they'll
Actually,
just
Doc, totoo yun, no? This will continue even after the election. They will cheat, and
yeah,
they will put Inday Sara to bring him to The Hague,
yes.
including Senator Bongo, Senator Bato, and those generals who they allege were conspiring with the PRRD. And I don't know what will happen to this country if patuloy na, because it's really brazen. They do not have any more parang wala nang conscience yung mga leadership natin. No more conscience. It's just that we are now in power, and we just want to remain in power, and we just want to knock out all the pera of this country to hell with you.
You know why? You know why, John G. Angel, mga kababayan? Kasi ang nasa likod niyan, CPP, NPA, NDF. So, wala silang shame talaga. At saka yung mga pinapabayad nila right now are the ones who are really fiercely anti-CPP, the real love for country, di ba? So, and then, as a result of that, no, it will really weaken the government. No, it's really weakening the government right now. And what is the goal of the CPP, NPA, NDF? It's to weaken government so they can take over. 'Di ba? So, the AFP is fast asleep. I think maybe they're scratching their balls or something. I don't know. Do they not, they don't see what we're seeing right now, that the CPP is in alliance with with Bongbong Marcos, that their commander in chief has betrayed them because he has already colluded with the terrorist organization from the get-go, and that it is now translating into the CPP inside the ICC, so that they are going to get away with all of this terrible, heinous, egregious crimes, no, to put away a vice president that was voted with a historical mandate, 'di ba? And who's doing all of this, no? It's a CPP, NPA, NDF. So Bongbong Marcos and Martin Romualdez and Lisa Marcos, they think that they're the puppet masters, but in fact they are the puppets, and the puppet masters are the CPP, NPA, NDF. And so our country will suffer. And yung Sansu na na quote, laging umiikot sa utak ko yan eh. An evil man will raise the nation to the ground just for power. That's exactly what we're seeing right now, no? So,
Alam mo, Doc, if you look at it, Ma'am Angel, no, I do not understand why the military has not really, stand up for the Filipino people. If you look at the data of Pulse Asia, uh, 20, negative 29 net approval rating na si BBM sa Visayas. And that only shows that the Filipino are not anymore happy with him. Less than majority na yung support niya sa Visayas. Just for instance, Visayas, because I'm from Visayas, that's 20%, only 27% approves his performance, and more than majority, or 56%, disapprove his performance. Yet the military are not doing anything. Supposedly, alam naman natin, Doc Lorraine and Ma'am Angel, na military is supposed to protect the people. Saan ba ang protect the people dito? Wala naman silang ginawa. Wala silang nagawa. They are just in the sidelines. And, I just received a text just today. Sabi ng class 71 na they were told by Honasan that he really fears, Senator Gringo Honasan, he really fears that there will be a revolution, a bloody revolution, because wala na eh. Nabenta na ang military, and if the military stands up, ay nandiyan naman kakalabanin yung military by this NPA, by all these terrorist groups that being supported by this administration.
yeah, and oh my gosh, no. And okay, you ask kasi about the military, no? I think maybe it's high time that we have a lifestyle check. You know what really makes me sad about all of this, no? Is that PRRD, his faith in the AFP was almost childlike. Even his faith in the judiciary system was almost childlike. It was complete and utter. Complete. He would even say, no? I'm almost quoting him for verbatim. PMAers, hindi mo pwedeng bilhin yan. Siguro meron mabibili kang iba, pero by and large, hindi mo sila mabibili. And I would agree with him because my husband is a PMAer and there's not enough money in the world to buy him. No? So, but unfortunately, I know quite a lot of PMAers who are not like him. I know you want me to name them. I could name them now. A lot of them are corrupt. No? So, again, no, I'm wondering what PRRD is thinking right now. If I could only talk to him, sir, do you still have the same faith in the AFP? Do you still have the same faith in the judicial system that looked away, did not issue a TRO, so that that outrage of you, that travesty of you being there for 50 days now, no, has happened. This would not have happened in any other civilized country. All the courts there will talaga magkakakandakumahog sila para ma-rescue yung kanilang citizen. And yet it happened, no? That country is now, our country is now a banana republic. Basically because Bongbong Marcos said There's no more judicial system. We're so weak, no? We don't have a working judicial system that we would surrender our own citizen to a country, to another, to a foreign entity to try him there. Sino ba mga kasama ni PRRD doon? Mga galing sa African nations, talagang sub-Saharan talaga na hindi talaga sibilisado. So yun ang ginawa ni Bongbong Marcos sa atin. Sobrang downgrade, 'di ba? Walang
And in
walang
fact, Dr. Rain, no, I really lost hope sa judiciary, considering that before the May 12 election, there was already a schedule to hear the PhilHealth issue, oral argument ng PhilHealth, oral argument ng GAA, so that ang taong bayan will know what is really happening in the country, the extent of corruption in this country. Yet they just bowed to the wishes of Malacanang and rescheduled all these hearings to after the election. Sana naman, if that thing happened, we will be more educated, more informed, and the people will now decide na ito pala yung extent of corruption in this country. The GA was really grabe yung corruption doon, grabbing corruption sa PhilHealth. But what did the judiciary do? They just, bowed to the wishes of Malacanang and allowed it to be rescheduled. So yun pa lang, yes, parang nakakahina ng loob that even the judiciary is already being bought.
You know what?
Right.
You know what, Angel, John G, mga kababayan, no? My father passed away last year, and I cannot help but think of him. Because if my father were there, it would be his pride to turn down bribes. He would be so proud. We would even joke him about it. I'm so proud to be humble. That's what my dad would say. He would be laughing, but he was incorruptible. And this is what we need, no? This is a nation so badly in need of heroes and heroines. And it's so kawawa kasi we're finding none. So maybe it's also a good thing. I think it's also a good thing because we would have no one else to look to but ourselves. No, so that would make us grow as a nation, because we need to grow up as a nation right now because there's nobody there anymore. No, what I heard with the AFP are bribes in the billions. I don't know how true that is. No, I don't know how true that is. So maybe we should have lifestyle checks. Maybe the noses of their wives are changing shapes. No, how many mistresses do they have kaya now? No, kasi dinig ko yung iba dyan, yung nasa top positions, maraming mga kabit yung mga yan, no, na nakatira sa mga mansions, na yung mga ilong ng mga kabit nila tsaka ng asawa nila pa iba-iba yung mga shape, no? Nagpa-plastic surgery talaga pero papangit pa din, no? So this is what we're facing now as a nation, no? A bunch of corrupt individuals. So, hindi ko nilalahat because I also happen to know a lot of heroes there, no? A lot of heroic people, but I can't see them. They're not doing anything. I heard one of them say to me when I confronted them, no, why did you allow the travesty of PRRD being kidnapped by this administration? And then he said, our hearts are bleeding, our souls are bleeding. And I said, I don't give a shit about your tears. Go stuff it up your noses. We don't need your tears. We want you to come between us and our tormentors. That's your mandate. Stop that crying. I don't care about all that teledrama. Diba? I don't care about that shit. Diba? Gawin niyo trabaho niyo. Diba?
Exactly.
You know, there was a term, no, na nung panahon ng tatay niya na tingin ko totoo talaga hanggang ngayon, the Marcos kleptocracy. No, never forget that the father of Bongbong Marcos was the Guinness Book of World Records for mga magnanakaw sa gobyerno. I reckon his son has broken his father's record. So this son is his father's son. But do they have any shame about it? Wala naman, hindi man sila nahihiya. And parang again, for me, it's interesting kasi it's a study on leadership, no? Na ganyan kahalaga ang kung sino ang ilalagay natin sa poder, kasi sumusunod lahat nung lahat ng mga nasa ilalim niya, no? Kaya ngayon marami ding officials na mga drug addicts din na umi-snort-snort din. 'Di ba sabi ni Vice President, actually narinig ko na yun eh, na si Herman Chu Laurel daw ay may cocaine sa harap niya, 'di ba sabi ng Vice President, 'di ba? At saka maraming kinikwento sa akin, no, na na tingin ko this is one way of explaining the bizarre policies of this government. It's just so bizarre. Di mo alam kung nagbibiro ba ito mga ito, totoo ba ito? Like that kidnap of PRR, it's just so bizarre, di ba? It's just so beyond the pale. Parang I never thought I would see in my entire life anything as outrageous as it, di ba? As bumbling and everything, no? So, um, from the very start, we saw it, no? That our money was being treated as if it were theirs to spend in any way that they wanted to, and then there are no developmental projects. Look at that, no, so much he already si Bongbong Marcos already broke the record for debts, no, mga utang in 3 years versus all the other presidents with nothing to show for it. Nothing. No developmental projects. At saka yung ayuda na kickback pala, no, nakaw pala, massive haul pala, massive heist ng isang gobyerno sa taong bayan. Pero meron ka ba nakita nahihiya sa kanila? Mga baka ng inang yan, walang nahihiya sa kanila. Mga putang ina nyo, ang lalakakapal ng mga mukha nyo. Ba?
Grabe po.
Wala silang
And then,
kahihiya.
correct. And then they resort to these things as though it's disinformation, it's fake news. You just want to punch them in the face and just, oh my God.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
really,
problem
yeah,
kasi that's the problem with drug addicts, no? Or even alcoholics. They think they're getting away with it. They think they're so smooth, 'di ba? They think that
yeah,
everything they say we believe because they think that they're getting away with it. But
yeah,
actually they look like it's bukong-buko, kitang-kita, 'di ba? It's like that uncle in a party who's always lasing and he thinks he's so funny, but he's vomiting all over the place and everybody just wants to stay away from him. It's like that. Parang ano ba 'yan? Parang they think they're getting away with it, 'di ba? But that's the thing with drug addicts and alcoholics. Their brain cells are really toast na talaga, no? So that this is what it looks like when a country is led by drug addicts and alcoholics. It's such a terrible nightmare. And I really wish that we could wake up from it, all of us, no? So many of us are praying, we hope it's just a bangungot, di ba? Meron pang online pambabarang and everything na lang naisip natin for this hell to end, di ba? But it's not ending because he's surrounded by people who are just as there's no principled people that surround this man, and they're all just using him for their own benefit, no?
And many of them are also in drugs, taking drugs. Kaya, what can you expect? That's why, wala na. We're really going down the drain.
But you know what? You know what, John G. Angel, mga kababayan, no? I pity them. I pity them so much kasi a lot of them are already old, no? They're leaving this world soon. And they cannot take it with them. No? They're so stupid. They haven't figured it out, no? That you can't take it with you, idiot. Yung mga pinagnanakaw mo. And then when you're gone, your children will hang their heads in shame because you're the father. Their father was like this, their mother was like this, di ba? Their mother had Hermes bags and Birkin and she was on Facebook and everybody knew it was stolen from the Filipino people. And I'm telling you, the priceless gift of a good name that my father gave me is something that I will not exchange for anything in the world. No? So I really pity them. I really pity this, and I know that a lot of them are miserable in their lives. So they're paying talaga blood money for this. No? But of course, we're, we have to build. We're rebuilding our nation, di ba? And in order to rebuild your nation, it first has to be destroyed, and they're destroying it, di ba? So let's rebuild our nation, no? Tuloy pa din, tuloy pa din. We vote, we go to the streets, di ba? We protest kasi I really in order to have a strong nation, you have to have a very strong citizenry. Kasi the government is a leviathan. It's very powerful. The government as the AFP, the PNP, the CIDG, headed by an idiot who's also abusive and arrogant, di ba? Konting kibot, pwede niya kayong patayin, no? I have a warrant of arrest for what? For what? Because I criticize government, di ba? Can you imagine? That's your freedom. That's your duty as a citizen. No, but government is so powerful. Let me finish my thought. And in order to build a powerful nation, you have to have a citizenry that's so powerful that it can rein in that leviathan. The mas powerful dapat ang taong bayan kaysa sa gobyerno. Dapat ang gobyerno natatakot sa taong bayan. Ang gobyerno nahihiya sa taong bayan. Ang gobyerno nakikinig kapag ka -29 na ay sasabihin niya, makikinig ako sa inyo. Hindi yung bullshit na I'm unshaken. Nakakahiya, no, 'di ba? So, we
Alam
have
mo, Doc Lorraine, yung when government starts to blame fake news as the reason for their steep drop in numbers, I think they are now in the terminal stage of their administration. Ayaw na nilang makinig sa tao, ayaw na nilang makipag-usap sa tao. All they will blame is fake news yan, criminality, fake news, budget deficit, fake news, everything fake news. Ayaw na nila. So that means they are really clutching on straws. And
correct.
I hope that the military will listen to the voice of the people, and the people too will have to stand up and vote wisely, kasi ito na yung panahon. We are given a chance on May 12 to vote for the good of our nation, and so sana hindi sayangin ng mga tao kung ano dapat ang gawin, anong dapat iboto sa May 12.
Pero John G. Angel, mga kababayan, napakagandang oportunidad kasi gusto ko yung sinabi mo, no, na this is a government, this is an administration that's already desperate, 'di ba? In political science, the political philosophers have said it, no? That's why I like it. I like it a lot because we're living it now. We're experiencing it. That power really rests on the people, no? And that they're getting desperate because now they can feel that power slipping away from them. And in fact, because the people have already turned their backs on them. And even Machiavelli said, no, you should aim for being loved and feared by the people. But if you cannot be loved, choose to be feared. But if you never, and but this one you must never do. You must never be hated by the people, because once the people hate you, then it's over for you. 'Di ba? And oh my God, I have never seen a more hated president. It's possible that Bongbong Marcos is even more hated than his father. Kasi meron akong Ilocano blood eh. My mother's Ilocana and my father's from Mindanao, no? Both of them actually migrate. But the Ilocano part of my family were diehard loyalists because of the father. But now they cannot say anything good about his son. So that's you're really spot on when you say that this is a government that's clutching on straws already, because it already has lost the trust of the people. It no longer has any power, meaning it's counterintuitive, 'di ba? Kasi you would think that you would equate power with military power, the police power, 'di ba? But it's not. Power rests on the people. Mga kababayan, tayo ang may hawak ng totoong kapangyarihan na yan. At kapag tayo ay dinaya sa eleksyon na ito, huwag tayong pumayag. Bigyan natin ng leksyon yung mga yan kung
The
sino ang totoong may kapangyarihan dito.
of distrust. In fact, if you look at the data of Pulse Asia, yung distrust ni BBM in the entire country is majority. And yung trust niya is not majority. So that can only tell you that majority of the Filipinos do not trust him, and less than majority of the Filipinos trust him. So this is even worse than the time of GMA. And tama ka, Doc Lorraine, baka worse pa to sa time ng papa niya.
Also John G. Angel, mga kababayan, when Erap was ousted, his was +14. And si GMA at the lowest was +1. No, so what we're seeing right now really is really the people turning their backs. He no longer has any power. And then what did they do? What did they do? What was the solution that these bright boys around him thought up? No, what did this drug addict president think was a solution? Come up with an Okta survey that said the opposite. That's their solution. 'Di ba?
And
Talagang totally incapable. Totally unfit to lead. He has no he doesn't even have two brain cells between his ears talaga. Nothing. He's empty. Baste is correct. Without your position, without the resources of government, Mr. Marcos, you are nothing. You are an empty vessel. You're fractured, you're vacuous, you're shallow. You gosh, you're the worst president this country has ever had. And anyone that props him up should pay, no? They should really pay because the country is we're bleeding through our nose, no?
sobra.
And alam mo, Doc
Uh,
Lorraine and Ma'am Angel, BBM's approval rating has declined. And what's worse, worse na nga yun, no? But what's worse is all the departments' approval rating has also gone down. Even
Dead.
senators' approval rating has dropped,
Yeah,
except Senator Bongo. So,
yeah.
nakikita mo talaga yung isip ng
Crisis.
tao ngayon. They are really, they don't trust the government. They don't
Yeah,
approve of what government is doing, and
yeah.
they are already angry, very angry.
And I think that no, I think that the government that ignores this and tries to deodorize it, you're doing it at your own peril. Wala na kayong kakayanan makinig sa Pilipino. Ibig sabihin, hindi na kayo talaga dapat nandyan. Dapat nakikinig kayo sa taong bayan. Dapat may respeto kayo. Kaso hindi eh. Ang naiisip talaga nila pera. Pera talaga yung nasa isip nila. Magkano pa mananakaw natin dito sa mga Pilipino? Paano pa tayo tatagal sa poder na walang serbisyo? Manang-mana sa president na ito na walang ginawang mabuti para sa Pilipino. Mula't-mula umupo siya. Hindi nagsilbi sa Pilipino, agad-agad ang inisip, paano ako tatagal sa poder at paano magnakaw sa Pilipino. Walang yaka, Bongbong.
Okay. And Sir John G, yung 20 pesos per kilo na campaign po nila, was it a response to what came first, or ano po? Was it a response to their very dismal ratings in Central Visayas? That's why they chose Cebu and Central Visayas to pilot the 20 pesos per kilo na
I think they're
rice.
just using the data na hunger rate sa Cebu and poverty rate has gone up in the Visayas. They're using it as cover, but I believe that the reason why they tried to buy the votes of the Visayan people with the 20 pesos rice, because they are looking at their numbers, and their numbers are not really very good. It's spiraling down. So they want to stay in power, so they want to use all their nakaw and all their money to buy the Visayan people, especially sa Cebu, which is a very big voting bloc. Unfortunately, ayaw na ng mga tao talaga sa kanila. And that will show in this election, in this May 12 election. Cebu, Visayas, and even Mindanao, and even NCR ngayon. NCR is already considered a Duterte country, not anymore the administration. So, and even 4A, Region 4A, malakas na rin ang opposition doon. So, slowly the people, and we will see it in this election, unless dadayain nila, we will see it that wala na talagang respeto at wala nang pagmamahal ang mga tao sa kanila.
Can I just underline something John G and Angel, mga kababayan? Kasi sinabi ni John G, unless magdaya sila. Mula't pag-upo, walang ginawa kundi mag-prepare sa padayaan sa elections na ito. Yung People's Initiative, yung confidential funds ng VP, di ba? Para talagang tanggalin si VP. Pagkatapos yung budget na napakabulok, yung paglipad kay PRRD, yung vote buying, massive vote buying sa AKAPS, AIX, TUPAD, etc. Huwag mo sasabihin na pagdating ng May 12, biglang hindi sila mandaraya. 'di ba? Hindi, mandaraya yang mga 'yan. Dapat kasi hindi na tayo nag-iilusyon. Dapat sinasabi natin ang katotohanan sa isa't isa. Ang Marcos Romualdez administration ay mangdaraya, mga halang ang sikmura, walang moralidad ang mga 'yan. Kitang-kita, bakit? PRRD 50 days nasa The Hague, 'di ba? So, mag-prepare tayo. Mag-prepare tayo, but maganda kung magawa ng COMELEC na bantayan 'yan. Pero kasi sa online voting sa mga OFWs, disenfranchised sila. Halos 10% lang, 10% mataas pa 'yun sa estimate ko ng mga nakapag-register. So ano 'yun, sinadya porket ang OFWs ay alam na Duterte? 'Di ba? Those are the questions that come to my mind. So let's wait for COMELEC to come up with an explanation. But let me tell you something that I already know about the OFWs, hindi sila papayag. These are, if we this to me, OFWs are a cut above the rest of all of us. They're very strong, their principle, their love for country cannot be questioned, and they're very empowered. So this government ought to watch out, no, ought to watch out what they do to the OFWs, disenfranchising them and silencing them and stealing their votes away from them, if that is what the OFWs will see, no.
Alam mo, Doc Lorraine and Ma'am Angel, when I read the news that there will be 72 election monitor from the EU nandito sa Pilipinas, I said, ito na. Ito talaga ang proof that there will be dayaan because they
Yeah.
are using this EU monitor to deodorize. They are using the EU monitor to deodorize the election. They will claim, and I'm sure they will claim, malinis yung election kahit sobrang dayaan. And halata na kitang-kita na kaagad yung when I saw these EU monitors, and these are all wokes, all people from the left. So halata na, klarong-klaro na.
Yeah.
Tama po. And I was
Grabe
going
na,
to
grabeng pambabastos ang ginagawa sa Pilipinas, no? At
sobrang
saka
insulto
talagang
po
ano,
talaga.
alam mo yung ano kasi, yung CPP kasi, John G. Angel, mga kababayan, meron silang International Solidarity Works. Meron pong ano, International League of People's Struggle. Yan ang equivalent ng CPP-NPA sa international, sa buong mundo. Kasi ang CPP, sindikato yan, yung mga hayop na yan. No? So, yung mga international alliances na yan, gawa-gawa nila yan. Kasi nga, parang nga yung sinabi ni John G., parang i-deodorize, parang i-legitimize, bigyan ng stamp of approval na malinis ang election na ito. Kahit na sabihin nating madumi, 'di ba? At hindi to at nagkaroon ng failure of elections, biro mo ang Marcos administration na naman kinukuha na naman yung soberenya natin. Sinasalaksak sa bibig natin, sa mga lalamunan natin, na mas mahalaga ang boses ng mga dayuhan kaysa tayo mismo tungkol sa bansa natin, tungkol sa halalan natin. Di ba? Yan ang tuta na Marcos na yan. Na kita mo yung pag-aalyansa niya sa komunistang teroristang CPP, NPA, NDF, walang idinulot na kabutihan sa bansa. Bakit? Kasi terrorist organization nga sila 'di ba? Walang mabuting mangyayari dito sa bayan na ito habang nandiyan ang mga 'yan nakipagkuntsabahan pa sa drug addict na president. Panalo, 'di ba? Talagang malaki yung hamon na hinaharap natin bilang isang bansa. So magkapit-bisig talaga tayo dito. Talagang magkapit-bisig tayo dito.
Kaya nga, Doc Lorraine and Ma'am Angel, sana mga tao hindi sila matutuwa na nandito yung EU monitor kasi even a friend of mine happily sent me a news clipping about it, and I said, oh, that is really proof that they are going to cheat. Kasi yung taga-EU, halatang left yan halatang woke yan So halatang dito sila, pinadala sila dito, pumunta sila dito to deodorize the election to make it appear as if walang dayaan na mangyayari.
Alam mo, naisip ko, ang aga nila dumating No, bakit kaya? Bakit kaya maaga, no? Baka may mga meeting sila ng CPP, 'di ba? Di ko alam,
Never
nagtatanong lang ako
know.
kasi kilala ko yung
Tanong
mga
lang.
CPP. Tapos alam mo pa, malupit dyan, tayo nagbabayad niyan. Kung saan sila
Correct.
nakatira sa mga hotel-hotel na yan. I know some of the hotels. At saka tingin ko merong ICC dyan na pinapapasok ang gobyerno na pinapamit sa mga CPP, 'di ba? Alam mo kasi itong gobyernong ito in cahoots talaga with the CPP. Katulad for instance, just go a little bit off track, sa BJMP mismo, pumupunta na naman yung mga anak natin doon, pinapayagan na naman ng BJMP yung warden doon, no, pinapayagan yung mga anak natin na umupo kasama si Adelberto Silva. Kilala niyo ba si Adelberto Silva? Top NPA leader 'yan. Papayag kayo, mga magulang, na yung mga anak ninyo pinapapunta doon at ang kausap ay top NPA leader at saka si Vic Ladlad. Si Vic Ladlad Central Committee, siya yung ngayon yata pinakamataas sa CPP, NPA, NDF. Pinapayagan yan ng warden doon. Kunin ko nga yung pangalan ng warden na yan. So, yun ang nangyayari in the shadows, gumagalaw ang komunistang teroristang CPP, NPA, NDF. At ito yung kung bakit kami ni Ka Eric ay may warrant of arrest para hindi kami makapagkampanya. Ang tatanga talaga ng mga ito, hindi naman kami politiko eh. Kaya manalo, kaya matalo, hindi nyo kami mapapatahimik. Napatahimik nyo ba kami? 'Di ba? Kaya manalo, kaya matalo. Pero i-imagine ninyo mga kababayan kung ano ang itsura ng Kongreso na nandyan na sa loob si Eric. Sasabihin ko sa inyo, araw-araw, butil-butil ang pawis ng mga CPP, NPA, NDF dyan. Manalig kayo, paramis talaga. No, so, ito yung nangyayari na nung panahon ni PRRD kasi, napadapa natin ang CPP. Kay BBM, kakampi nila, nakipag-alyansa itong traidor na drug addict na president na ito. Huwag niyong papatawarin yan sa ngalan ng mga anak ninyo, sa ngalan ng salinlahing Pilipino. Huwag niyong kakalimutan yung pagtatraidor ni ginawa ni Bongbong Marcos sa pakikipag-alyansa niya sa CPP, NPA, NDF na nasa loob ng ICC. Narinig niyo ako? Ang CPP nasa loob ng ICC na niluluto yung pagwasak ng Duterte kung kaya't nakipag-alyansa yung drug addict na yan.